Top Trader is brought to you by Sanlam iTrade and powered by Pegasus, now with a new Iris trading platform.
David's last discussion on fundamental analysis and his tips on writing an analyst report set the stage for the next challenge.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so everyone's awake this morning, got a bit of sense of humour.
The day begins with jokes and laughter at the multi-award-winning leading financial services company, Discovery Holdings. But our 8 traders were in for a taxing challenge ahead. After learning all they can about the JSE-listed company, the contestants are required to write a 2-page analyst report on the company. The report should be clear and concise, looking at the key revenue and profit generators and the growth prospects, and based on these, make a recommendation on the stock.
You've got to keep in mind that we had a trading statement released recently. Normalised headline earnings per share for Discovery for the full year are expected to be between 10 and 20% higher. So this is an opportunity to see how the market reacted to that, what analysts had to say about that. Was that in line with expectations, below expectations, or above expectations? And then, of course, you would have seen how the share price would have reacted to that.
They will have 24 hours to submit their reports after Discovery's full-year results are scheduled for release. Feedback on the challenge will be given in the next episode. To give them a sense of how the institution operates, Nazime Masocha, Head of Recruitment and Assessment, gives the contestants a tour of the company headquarters. It was then into the boardroom for a sit-down with Chief Financial Officer Richard Faber.
What I'm going to do is very briefly I'm going to tell you a little bit about Discovery and SAM and a little bit about what makes us different.
What is Discovery's strategy?
In South Africa, it's been building a business ourselves from the ground up. In the UK, we've done the same, but we've learned that in other international markets, that's a bit tougher. So in the US and China, and even in the UK, it's been together with a partner.
Revered founder of the Global Diversified Financial Services Group surprised contestants and popped in to give our budding traders some advice.
If you build something carefully, according to a value set and a kind of brick by brick, life by life approach, you don't feel the scale. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you feel the scale. I think you feel scale when systems are unsustainable, when you suddenly inherit something that's now you can't manage it, or you're doing something that's kind of out of the zone, or then you feel scale. If you do things right and the foundations are right and you build solidly, I think you end up in a situation where things don't feel out of balance. You know, am I right? It doesn't really feel particularly stressful.
I've actually been dying to ask you this question. You're sort of like a legend in Wits actuarial circles. Are qualifications even necessary? I mean, do you think you could have done it without that background, or do you think it's an integral part? I mean, how do you think it contributed to what you are now?
I think it's integral. I think the more knowledge you have, the better. I'm not suggesting that one body of knowledge is better than others. So if you did a CA or an MBA, or you're a doctor, whatever, you're a lawyer, whatever it is, I mean, I think that's a very personal thing. It's based on your aptitude. But having a lot of knowledge is fundamental, and I think the more knowledge you have, the better. I also think that it's statistically lazy to look at someone like me. So you could be 1,000 guys like me who did exactly the same thing, you failed. So you're only looking at the successful participant, and if you follow that route, you've got a 999 out of 1,000 chance of failing. You with me?
Yeah.
In my view, if you want to maximize your probability of success and minimize failure, the more knowledge you have, the better.
Yeah, it's an information age.
No, absolutely. Especially if I look at our organization, it's a hugely complicated bunch of very smart people. That's the key. And one of our values is intellectual leadership. Has built a business. We've built the organization on hiring the smartest people, the most knowledge. So knowledge, that's the world we're in. It's not a command and control, building widgets, and you know what I mean? You're trading knowledge and know-how. It's fundamental. If you ever get to turn 50,000, whoever wins, well done. To the others, I mean, I guess the journey is more important than the actual prize. Anyway, so good luck to you guys. I'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
On that note, Ricky wraps up the session and contestants are off to CNBC Africa studios for the inevitable first elimination round on Top Trader.
This is the first elimination for CNBC Africa's Top Trader. Now, of course, contestants have been trading for 4 months and we've seen great improvements in their portfolios and their trading abilities. But unfortunately, today is the day that we say goodbye to one of our contestants. Now, Nerina, of course, you have been mentoring them and seen some great improvements. Tell us about how it's been so far.
Well, yes, certainly the contestants have learned a lot, some probably more than others. Some have also applied themselves better than others. But I think it's been a great 4 months so far, and I'm very proud of all of the contestants because we've seen the growth in each of them, and the ultimate purpose of this is to learn. Yeah. But as you say, you know, time comes when we actually have to start separating the bulls from the bears. And I am afraid that for one of you, your random walk down Maud Street will come to an end today. You should by now be quite familiar with the terminology of buy, hold and sell. So if I divide you into 3 groups today and say 3 groups, one recommending or representing the buy group, one representing the hold and one the sell. So I'm going to start just right here on my immediate right hand side and ask Gary. Gary, if you can please start forming our first group for us and maybe just take a step forward. And it's great to see that right next to him. No, not too far, Gary. I'm not that scary. Please come back a little bit. And then, Goetze, will you please join Gary in the group that he has started forming. Next then on my list is Promise. Promise, if you could please come and stand over here, right next to me. And joining Promise in his group, sorry Zahir, I'm going to jump straight over you and go to the extreme other side and ask Jared to come and join Promise. And Saul, you're looking very forlorn, so I think let's find you some friends as well and ask you to also join their group. Which leaves us with 3 people in the back row, who I'm going to ask to come and stand on this side of me. Zahir, Tosin, and Stephen. Now, I would like to know which groups do you think you have been positioned in? Which is the buy group, which is the hold group, and which is the sell group? Goetze, I'm going to start on your side over there. So tell me, which group do you think you find yourself in today?
Nerina, I back myself, so I think I'm in the buy group. I hope I'm in the buy group.
I like the confidence. I like the confidence that's coming through.
Why the confidence there?
I mean, I don't think I'm ready to go home. I'm charming, everything that Top Trader needs, and I generate results when needs be. So I think I'm a decent buy at the moment. So I really hope I'm not going home. So I'm putting myself in that group.
I think there might be some girls that would agree with him on that he's a decent buy. But speaking of the girls, let's ask Tosin. Tosin, which group do you think you find yourself in today?
I think I'm in the hold group.
You're in the hold group? Okay.
I would love to be in the buy group, but I think I'm in the hold. I've worked hard. I think I could work harder, but I hope I'm in the hold. I'm not ready to go home.
Okay. All right, and then seeing that you're standing right here next to me, Promise, I believe we've got a buy, we've got a hold. Do you think that you're in the sell group?
Oh, this is evil. Don't you want to hand this over to Saul? I don't know. Hey, I mean, I guess I'm speaking for the 3 of us. No, I'm going to be modest and say hold. Hold, not, yeah, hold, right, guys? Hold? Yeah, hold.
Well, I mean, why don't you think you're in the buy group?
Well, just... Yeah, that would be arrogant, and I don't know. It's yeah, this is tough. I don't know. It's because that would mean someone else would be in the sell group, and I don't know. Yeah, just hold.
He thinks he's being too nice there.
Yeah, I think so. But you know what? They do remind me very much of analysts who are notoriously optimistic. Although I do see some caution coming through here, it seems as though all those talks about risk management and stop losses and so on have paid off. But you often find that it is very difficult for analysts to make a sell recommendation. And I think we see that again today. I'm glad that nobody has lost faith in themselves and believe that they are in the sell group. However, the time has come for somebody to be shown the red flag. It is time for somebody to be sent home because that person has been trampled by the bulls and mauled by the bears. Who will it be? Samantha, I'm going to give this red flag to you while I go through the groups and maybe just start with who are the groups that are actually in the buy group. Because the buy group can actually leave us right now and maybe get back to some serious trading. And the buy group after the 4th episode today is on my immediate right-hand side. You guys are safe. You can leave and keep up the good work, guys. Right, so seeing that we've got the buy out of the way, we can get down to some real business here. And the hold group in this instance is Gary and Khwetse. Congratulations, guys. You're still in it. Thank you. So we are left with our bottom 3 of this week's episode in the sell group. If I look back on the journey that the 3 of you have traveled so far over the last couple of months, I'm very proud of all 3 of you because I've seen growth, I've seen you learn lessons, I've seen you apply yourself, but unfortunately we have to say goodbye to one of you today. So here yesterday in our feedback session, I complimented you on the way that you took to heart the advice that you'd been given during this competition. Your performance has improved, but I said to you, I hope it's not too little, too late. Stephen, you were the winner of 2 of the individual challenges in the competition so far. In the first challenge, you won a nice additional amount of money that you could trade with. And the second challenge, of course, gave you the coveted immunity tie that you've got around your neck. Now, you're probably thinking, why do we even bother to have you here? Because if you are the one who is to be eliminated today, surely you can just turn around and come straight back in because you've got the immunity tie around your neck. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm hoping it works that way, but I never know on this show, so...
And then we have Tosin. Tosin, and I'm extremely proud of you. You've really sort of carried a candle for the female traders in this competition. Very, very proud of you for the way that you've handled yourself. I think you've done a splendid job, and it's great to see that you've shown ladies and women across the board, and certainly across Africa also, that trading is not just a male-dominated domain, but it can be done by women such as yourself as well.
Thank you very much.
Right. But unfortunately, as we say, the road has got to come to an end for one of you. Zahir, do you think that you've done enough, or do you think it's been too little, too late?
Well, I mean, the past month's been all right, but as you say, it might be a little too late. I'm hoping it isn't, but I mean, it's been good learning, and definitely, as I said, I've been improving, and the last month's been specifically quite good. So I'm hoping that I can continue that momentum and stay on, but yeah, let's find out.
Well, you've all 3 been worthy contestants and worthy challengers, and whoever of you walk out of here today for whom the competition has come to an end, I do hope that you will continue trading and maybe get out there and start making some real money in the real world out there. Samantha, I'm going to ask you to share with us who's being eliminated from the competition today.
So, of course, the tough part of the competition, Top Trader, but it's all about this. This is a reality competition. Only one person can win, and unfortunately one of you has to be the first to leave the show today. So the first person to leave CNBC Africa's Top Trader is not Stephen, not Zaire. Tosin, you have been trampled by the bulls and mauled by the bears. Please step forward. Can you just take the microphone? Tosin, how do you feel?
I don't know what to say. I tried. I guess I tried. I learned a lot. It's been a journey. I'm grateful for the opportunities. I'm grateful to come this far. I'll keep working hard, and I'll keep trying my best, and I wish the rest of the guys good luck.
Well, Nerina, certainly are so proud of you because you are the only female contestant amongst men, and of course you're not only flying the flag for
for ladies across the continent, but you're flying the flag for Nigeria. So congratulations. This is certainly, I hope, not the end of your trading days, just the beginning. I hope you go out there and make some real money in the trading world. You're young and a lot to learn, and I hope you have learned a lot.
Thank you very much. Maybe I should have been a little bit more drastic, but it's not my style. Like, I wouldn't put a cut out of my feet into something that I wasn't a bit sure of where it's going forward. You understand? I think I was a bit too risk averse. Like, I was trying to shield my capital, and you understand. And the market was quite volatile. Also, another thing I learned quite late was that I should have sold my stock intraday. That is, do not leave your stock overnight because you don't know what's going to happen the next day.